Hey! This is awkward, man. Okay, again. We got this. Let's do a better one. Okay, so, hey, Charlie!
Oh, hi! Wait, one more time.
Okay, you start.
Why do you do that?
We don't need to do it. Okay.
I know. I'm an actor and I still can't. Oh my God, hi!
Oh my God, hi! It's good to have you here. This is the first time I'm doing an interview on like the YouTube. I usually do on live stream, so you're the first one.
Wow, I like that. I like that a lot. That's fun.
Yeah.
Welcome, YouTube.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the questions because I have quite a lot to ask. So, how are things going with you? Did you learn anything new during the pandemic? How was it for you?
Well, I'm sure a lot of us can attest to this, but I learned a lot during the pandemic about myself, about the world we live in, and also how much I love my family. I get to, I've been living away from home for like many years now, but because of the pandemic, all of my siblings and my parents, we all were stuck in my parents divorced, so we had 2 houses, but it's like we were all stuck in like as neighbors, and we were all living together for like 6-7 months. So it was awesome. It was awesome. But we had it's just like stuff like waking up in the middle of the night to go make a bowl of cereal, and then your brother's there making cereal too, and just like those conversations, like the little things is what counts. I love that. What about you? Did you learn anything during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was actually a lot. Like I learned so much about myself. I grew so much. Like when I look at myself from the beginning of this year and I look at myself now, it's like a complete different person. But that thing with family too, like I'm always traveling, I'm always touring. So like staying at home and like living with my mom and my sister and like doing all these little things like watching a movie or like cooking a meal together. So important. So important. I love that so much.
Things. What kind of food you guys make?
We do so much. We always go for like pasta and stuff.
Yeah, pasta.
Pasta, man, so good. Have you tried brigadeiro? It's like a Brazilian thing.
No, but you know what? Is that a Christmas tradition for you guys? Like, do people? No. Okay.
It's a live tradition. Like we eat so much brigadeiro. Yeah.
Brigadeiro. Let me. I can't Google it. I'm on my phone. Brigadeiro. Actually, I might.
Brigadeiro would be.
What's it made out of?
It's chocolate powder and then butter and then condensed milk. So good.
Oh, brigadeiro. Oh, my God, they're like little Timbits.
Yeah, are you Canadian? I didn't even know.
I am Canadian. Look at that.
I heard it when you said eh.
They're like little balls of fun.
Timbits is amazing, but Timbits is like dough. Brigadeiro is like chocolate, but different chocolate.
Like mousse.
It's,
look at the inside of that one.
Explain it. It's just perfect.
Yeah. Amen to that. You make just the chocolate.
So when you come to Brazil, first thing you try brigadeiro. Everybody.
Are you gonna make me some brigadeiro?
Oh yeah, I can make some brigadeiro.
If you want, I could send you a couple of jars of maple syrup. You could send me a couple of brigadeiros.
Hey.
You want to do this switch?
Yeah, I'm down. I love Tim Hortons. Let's talk about Julian Phantoms now. So many things have changed since it came out. Like you hit 1 million followers on Instagram, and like you just conquered so many fans all around the world. How crazy is that for you? How do you feel about that?
Awesome. They, the craziest thing, like I always thought, like a lot of people always like, hey, when you start getting fans, like make sure you know who you are, because like you want to make sure that you can hold on to like to who you are when you do it. But the fans are discovering things about me that I didn't really even put much attention to. until they started putting attention to it. And I think that's like, I don't know, it's so unique. It's such a cool thing. They're just a bunch of balls of love. All they do is support and love the show that we love so much, and sing our songs and dance and make the funniest memes.
Oh my god.
Aren't they fun? Don't you love the memes? Yeah.
I love them. It's terrible. Oh my god. Recently I had like the worst memes done of me. They're like,
yeah.
They're terrible.
Would you like
I
to
can't
spill
show
the
you, but
that?
it's like,
No.
yeah, I was jumping from like a yacht, and like I was like this in the air, and they just started putting me on like a bunch of different scenarios with that picture. So
They'll
bad.
cut you out. They'll cut you out.
Yeah,
they'll put you everywhere. Yeah, like they'll put you next to like classic memes too, and they're cute. They're really cute. Yeah. And you know what? They support so much. Like they want me to push myself in so many directions, which is like amazing too. Like they're just support. It's like like your mom, like one of your first recitals or like your first little music shows you did. Your mom was like on the side, or your dad was there with the camera, like filming in, like like biggest smile on the faces.
Yeah.
Now imagine that, but just times exactly like million. It's like that's all they're all doing. They're all excited. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so cute. The relationship you have with your fans sounds like it's really good. Is there any behind the scenes fun story that you have to tell me?
We had we had a good time. We had a really, really fun time making it, and it's like take us back to the start. It just grew with like the whole thing's just been growing and growing with us, and it's like when we were like doing our rehearsals. Oh my god! So
the rehearsals are the best.
The rehearsals are the best, but we had a month in between the rehearsal starting and the day that we booked it. So I was like, I'm going to be gone for a while. So I went home for a month, and I got to hang out with my family and do other stuff. But then they sent us all the songs, and I never had any like training on like vocals before, just like instruments and stuff. And
really?
So I was just like,
good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you as well. And like, so I was just singing it and singing it and singing it and singing it and singing it. And to the point where I couldn't even speak anymore. And it lasted for like a month where I was like, I was talking like raspiness. And so for the first 2 weeks of boot camp, I was not allowed to talk. The doctors all like, he can't talk, he can't do. So while we were having like voice lessons, I was just kind of standing there like we can't. So I was doing guitar, I was doing dance, discovery, and but everyone was fun. It was fun. It helped. I got to learn who everybody was by doing that too. But okay, wait. The first thing that we did, so everybody went off in their own thing, right? We booked the rules, and Maddie had her dad, and her cousin was in town. Jared was from Cali at the time, so he like went and celebrated with his family, and it was just Owen and I that were left. And that's when we kind of started playing like What Are the Odds? I mean, I always play with like my siblings, but I knew this kid was going to be fun because we played What Are the Odds of him jumping in a fountain, and he did it. It was like the first, and then after that. After jumping in the fountain, he jumped in a pool fully clothed. On the same night, I was like, "This kid's hilarious."
Oh my god! Yeah, I love these games, but like I never do them.
You don't play What Are the Odds?
Well, I play What Are the Odds, but I always chicken out, man. When it's like things like that, like jump in the fountain, I'm like
No chickening out. Chickening out, you get a little notch on the eyebrow. I've never done that, but and I've chickened out.
Yeah, you see, like if somebody would be like jump in a fountain, what are the odds that you would do it?
Well, that's fun. I mean, that's a 1 out of 3. A fountain is like all you do is get wet. Oh my god, we would jump in the fountain up in Vancouver. Sorry. And we get sick. Sorry, and we get like. I'm gonna call you out on yours. Yeah.
Sorry. I love.
No, I don't care. I don't care. You say sorry.
Isn't it like a Canadian thing to say sorry a lot?
Well, yeah, no, we say. I guess we say sorry. I mean, it's more. It's like I think they say it all across Canada. Oh, here's Owen. This is the first fountain that he jumped in. Gotta get wet. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love this place.
You got any good stories from your times touring? Any good little insider?
Yeah. It's like the same with you. I have so many that it's hard to think of one.
Yeah.
It's like so much happened. Let me think of one. Oh, there was this time where I fell into a pool. We had this performance, and the stage was like on water, and we were on rehearsals, and like people were walking so slow, and I just wanted to go home. So I was like trying to like take a shortcut on the stage, but I tripped. Yeah, and then I tripped and fell into the water, and it was freezing. We were in Austria. It was like so cold. It was like 5 Celsius.
How many people? How many people saw?
Everybody, and I was like so desperate because I'm such a terrible swimmer, I swear. And I was like, this is. I thought I was gonna die.
Is there a video of this?
Huh?
Is there a video of this online?
There's a video of this online. I'm always the one that falls. Like I fell off stage once too when we performed at So You Think You Can Dance, and I broke my thumb.
What?
I know. I'm always falling. Recently, I was in Dubai.
Why are you falling off? Wait. I'm sorry. How are you falling off this? It's a big stage.
It's just like the stage. Okay, I wasn't the first one that fell though. Like the stage was a bit like weird. So I was just walking, and there was like so much lighting and no tape, no highlighted tape, so I couldn't see the edge.
Yeah, it was black
so
tape
like,
probably.
I was just walking, and then suddenly there was no floor, and it was like a big fall, and I just went back. Yeah, and then I performed the other day with a cast on my arm. We put like this bedazzled thing on top of the cast, and I was just singing.
Yeah, style
of course.
Yeah,
I just was smiling through the pain. It was great.
I broken a thumb. A thumb isn't easy to get over. A thumb is a hard one.
Yeah, and then I recently broke a toe because I was in the middle of the desert and there was this rock that was buried in sand, and I just decided to walk on the desert barefoot because it's healing. And then I just kicked the rock.
I like where you're breaking things. It's so much better than a really like. At least they're very good stories, like the way you broke it. You know, how you broke something before? Yeah, I was in the desert. Kicked the rock.
It's true.
You broke your thumb? Yeah. I was on stage, fell off. I broke my arm when I was a kid. I was just running backwards and I tripped. Yeah.
It's true. Looking from that point of view, my stories are pretty great. So I heard you also went to Hawaii with the cast. Like you guys are all so close together. You're like really good friends, right? What's your relationship with the crew, and how was the trip? Because I was going to Hawaii once and then COVID came, so I'm really curious to know.
So you've never been?
No.
Like they talk like, if I were to say like magic, Hawaii. My buddy was just telling me today, he was like, isn't there like this like spirit puts a spell on you when you go to Hawaii and it just makes you fall in love with it? And I swear to God, it's like you could feel the way the wind would kind of rush and blow past you at nighttime. It's like it was talking. I sound so cheesy, but
wow, that's so deep.
Oh, you should have seen it. It was a full moon. It was massive. It was the most.
Oh my
it was.
God.
Talk to people. Hey, in the comments, let me know if you've been to Hawaii, and let me know if you felt that spirit.
So, have you ever traveled anywhere else in the world? Well, what is your most memorable trip?
There was just one time. I was living in Toronto at the time, and a really good friend of mine works for the airline, so he gets like really cheap tickets. And
I have a friend that works at an airline, and I always ask him for stuff.
Always.
Great.
We were supposed to go, so I wasn't gonna go. He was staying at my place for a couple of days before he packed up, him and another friend. I wasn't supposed to go. I'm like, I can't go right now. I have to do this audition. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I gotta figure this out. He's like, come on, you should call him. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go. 2 hours before he was leaving for the airport. Yeah, I'll go. So we get to the airport, and we were supposed to go to like a Caribbean island or whatever. Like we were someplace hot, so we packed shorts and we packed like really nice because it was winter in Canada at the time. And then next thing you know, the flight got canceled. Like while we were in the airport, and we had no place to go because the flight wasn't gonna let us on. And so we were just sitting in the airport, like, are we going back to my place? And y'all kind of decided, like, no.
What's next?
And so we were just sitting, and then the big screen was in front of us with all the flight statuses on. And then Munich popped up. That was the next flight that was taking off in like 20 minutes. We're like, you guys want to go to Munich? Never heard of Munich, Germany. And we thought, like, we packed shorts. We were ready for some summer. It was dead-ass winter. It was crazy cold. So we show up to Munich, and we had the best time, though. We met some of the coolest people. We were staying in a hostel, which felt more like a dungeon because there was bars on the windows. And but we had it's gonna be one of like my most memorable trips. It just happened so randomly. Like in a day, we were in Munich.
Wow, that sounds fun, though. It could actually be like a comedy movie or something. Okay, do you know anything about Brazilian fans and Brazilian culture at all? Any Portuguese words?
O te amo.
I got you.
And also there's this festival that you guys have. It's not in it's in a city that's, I forget the name of the city, but it was one of the most beautiful things. I had this big conversation with one of the fans, but it's like this massive parade that I think lasts a couple of days, and people are just all dressed up in like cultural attires, and then
Carnival.
Carnival. That's what it was. We were talking about because you guys don't have Halloween. You have Carnival.
Yes. You said it so excited.
I did. I kept on. I started watching, like, I fell down like a YouTube hole of just like watching videos of it, and I am so sad that we don't have that in Canada the way you guys
Carnival
do. It is beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest version of a music festival.
Yeah, the craziest version of music.
The craziest. There's like people all over the street, and there's like music everywhere, and it's so colorful, and people are just happy.
And it's just like a celebration of life, of people, of when I say life, life that just entails so much, So one day I will be marching those streets, and we'll be celebrating at Carnival. I think that'll be fun.
Yes. Okay, so I'm excited for you to come to Brazil. And another random question, just like off topic. If you had the opportunity to do musical theater, would you do it? Actually, have you done it at all?
Well, we did a couple musicals growing up. Yeah, like in community theater and stuff. I loved it. That's why I think we're putting so much energy in playing, really learning the songs and really trying to play it as a band, rather than just, fake it for the TV and then play it afterwards. Because we want to go tour and we want to go play some shows, because we want to feel that like instant connection with people. We want to feel that, like, we can feel it through the phone, which is pretty cool. But I mean, it's the human connection that you want. You want to feel it.
It's different. It's definitely different. Thing that I miss so much, like playing real shows, and I had the opportunity to recently in Dubai. It was great. I went to this festival called Global Village. It was So I definitely understand you. Like when I was on stage and I was seeing people and I was like, I'm doing this. Oh, it felt so different.
Yeah, it does. There's this energy. One of my favorite, like, it's crazy because, like, I know now I've done things in front of a lot of people at times, but the best moment was this adrenaline rush that I had when we were like doing this like Halloween skit. Nobody knew we were doing it, but we didn't have wrestlers at our school, but we had still the uniforms from like the 70s. And so me and my buddies would put those on. We were in rollerblades, and then we came out and we did this big dance number in front of like the whole school in like our quad. And people had no idea. And when we came out, like, the reaction was nuts. People were like freaking out. They were laughing, but they were like cheering us on and like clapping, and this it's like I could feel their hype, and I could feel their anticipation. We were like connected for a moment, and I want to do that so bad with this show. I want to play these songs and feel. I can't wait to be like boom, like throw the mic back and then let them sing for a little bit and just like feel that for a moment,
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm excited for you. I hope it happens, and if it happens, I'm gonna be there if you ever come.
Yeah, come up on
I'm
stage.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be singing. Okay, now let's talk about you. I heard something about a movie. Do you have any news for us, or like anything that's gonna happen in the near future?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things in the works that I'm excited about. I think it's fun. They're really fun little scripts. They're can't talk too much. Just because I can't say too much about it yet, but.
Okay.
They're very serious, which is kind of exciting. You get to work with that. One of their concepts is really fun. It's basically like everything is kind of like if you took all your like your videography from your entire life, like all your memories and stuff, and then you put them all together and then created a story through like these like random moments in your life, and that's how like the movie shape. And so I'm really excited to see how that looks, and how these like random bursts of memories are going to come into create this story, because that's how we created it. It was just like as if we just pulled out our phones and recorded it. So I'm really excited to see that one. That one there is called Love You Anyways.
Hey, I'm excited. Can't wait for it to come out. And since we were talking about shows before, what do you think of a Julian Phantom's virtual show? Do you think that's a good idea? Is it gonna happen? Can we wait for it?
I think it'd be awesome. At the end of the day, it's what the fans want. I think we'd love to do some sort of. It's just hard because we're so right now, because of COVID, we're so separated in the country, and we tried doing we recorded the different parts of the song and then played it and then did it at our houses, right? But we got to sing a couple of our songs. So I think the next thing that we would want to do is at least be together, be in a space where we can record them, and it can either. But we want to also do it like the way that the songs are written, like play it the rock ways, not just like acoustic. You know, play it the way that these songs are played. So yeah, fingers crossed. One day we gotta get on board. Gotta do it.
It's true. Okay, I can't wait for it. And I guess that's all the questions I had to ask you. Is there anything you want to say? Do you want to leave a message to your Brazilian fans or to all of your fans, actually?
Do you want to teach me something new to say in Portuguese?
That's true. That's a good idea. Okay. What do you want to learn? Is there anything special?
Well, I know it's "te amo." I know that means I love you.
Yeah.
How do you say like you know, like the saying like I love you to the moon and back?
That's an English saying. I don't think we have it in Portuguese. Do we?
How would you say I love you from Canada and back?
That's a good question. Wait, how would you translate? I'm gonna ask for help. Lucas, como que você fala isso?
Como você isso? Canadá.
E de volta?
E de volta.
Okay, okay. Got it. I got some help here. Eu amo vocês.
One more time. Eu amo vocês.
Eu amo vocês.
Eu te amo.
It's a long sentence. Eu amo vocês do Canadá e de volta.
Chipotle? Eu amo você.
No.
Eu amo você. It's a Canada. It's a Chipotle. It was good. It was close.
That was actually so far, but okay, I'm gonna teach you something simple. Let me see. I'm gonna teach you how to introduce yourself. That's gonna be useful. Say, meu nome é.
Meu nome é.
Charlie.
Meu nome é Charlie.
There you go.
Meu nome é. Meu nome é. How do you say? Did you watch Julie and the Phantoms?
Você assistiu Julie and the Phantoms?
Você assistiu Julie and the Phantoms? No, fantastic.
The title.
Right?
Yeah, the title is a little
Julie
complicated. If you want to learn it, I can say it. Julie e os fantasmas.
Oh, it's Eus?
E os. That's like
Eus. Julie e os fantasmas. Eus fantasmas. Julie e os fantasmas.
Yeah.
Julie e os fantasmas?
Você assistiu Julie e os fantasmas?
You know, they're going to take this clip and they're going to put it next to the Phoebe and Joey scene where Phoebe's trying to teach Joey how to speak French. And he's like,
oh my god, yeah. Blue, blue, blue.
Voulez-vous danser?
Je m'appelle Claude.
Je te flippe.
Blue, 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 blue. You like Friends?
Love Friends. Yeah.
You're kidding me. I love Friends. I'm like the biggest Friends fan. Love.
Good show. It's just such a happy show every time I watch the episodes. I love the comedy in it. I think they got such a great character dynamic between all of them. It's so easy to watch. We got the same Netflix love shows list. Yeah. There's gotta be a word for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. The fans are gonna go crazy, and yeah, I hope it's good for you too. I hope people like the interview.
Bye everybody else.
Bye. Thank you so much.